Well, ahoy there, shipmates. Old Blackbead here. Won't be no talk of viruses or quarantines or nothing tonight. It's just some entertainment for you. Tales of the Sea. And I'd like to begin with one that I oft get asked to repeat. George and Tommy both asked me to recite this one. It's called It's in Me Blood. I remember the pub were crowded the night we met, old Benny Hawkins and me. The crew were rowdy, for we sailed the next day, and the rum was flowing quite free. I sat and watched old Ben drink, and drunker he became. Sailing together, we were soon fast mates, and I found all his nights were the same. I'd seen the drink kill a man before, and I hated to watch it take old Ben down. So I waited for a night when he weren't so in his cups, and there weren't any other crewmen hanging round. Hearing me out, he answered, I know I should stop drinking, I should. But I feel it's in me blood, boy, he said. The devil's thirst, aye, it's in me blood. I remember the deck were hot as we stood to, me and the rest of the men, to watch old Benny take a lashing, for he had been fighting again. He'd pulled a knife in the forecastle, near taking another man's eye. Master had warned him about fighting, so they beat Ben till he come near to die. Later, I tended the cat's scratches with strips of sail covered with lard, and I asked him, why must you be a brawler if it makes your life so hard? Gritting his teeth, he answered, I'd stop me fighting if only I could. But I fear it's in me blood, boy, he said. The red rage, aye, it's in me blood. I remember the ship were burning like Hades as we fought to take a new prize. And that was the day old Ben become a hero. I saw it with me own two eyes. We were having the worst of the battle when old Ben charged the enemy crew. He rallied our men and he saved us, but he paid the devil his due. I knelt by old Ben at the last moment as the light slowly slipped from his eyes, and I asked him, why did you do it? And the answer come as a surprise. You men, you're all like me family, and it's me home, this old hunk of wood. And I guess it's in me blood, boy, he said. A pirate's life, aye, it's in me blood. Well, I hope you enjoyed that one. Now I'd like to do one that's not of me own writing. It's by this feller Macefield, an Englishman, like myself, who wrote a piece called Sea Fever. And I think it bespokes what all of us seamen feel as we go sailing across that wide, wide ocean. Sea Fever, John Macefield. I must go down to the seas again, to the lonely sea and the sky, and all I ask is a tall ship and a star to steer her by. And the wheels kick, and the wind's song, and the white sails shaking, and the grey mist on the sea face, and the grey dawn breaking. I must go down to the seas again, for the call of the running tide is a wild call and a clear call that may not be denied. And all I ask is a windy day with the white clouds flying, and the flung spray and the blown spume, and the seagulls crying. I must go down to the seas again, to the vagrant gypsy life, to the gull's way and the whale's way, with the winds like a whetted knife. And all I ask is a merry yarn from a laughing fellow rover, and a quiet sleep and a sweet dream when the long trick's over. John Macefield. was trying to think what else I should do. It seems like we have a few more minutes. So let me do one. Now, I hope you may be with someone that you really care about. If you're social distancing, which I guess is a good thing these days anyway, just think about them and imagine that person, man or woman, as a rough, tough pirate captain sailing home after a successful voyage. He or she has been down below doing what we call the inventory, counting all the treasures, all the gold and silver and silks and spices and jewels and you know what I'm talking about. But he's taking a break. He or she is taking a break. And they're coming up on deck and they know they're sailing home to you. And this is what they're thinking as they're sailing home. Climbing out on the quarterdeck, I'd spent the night tallying gold. We'd taken a brig off Maracaibo, and her treasure now decorates our hold. The sun's just topping the horizon. The color of spun gold is in the air. In my mind, your face appears like a vision, 'cause the whole sky is the color of your hair. Last night, I logged pearls set among rubies and diamond nuggets of various size. But your smile makes the pearls look washed out, and the diamonds can't compare with your eyes. We took nutmeg and pepper and sugar, but your love is all the spice I'll ever need. We captured silks I can't wait to strip off you, so I order on more canvas for more speed. The ship leaps forward like a dolphin. I know I need to get back below, but counting gold now just seems like drudgery, and I have such a long way to go. In the distance, I can make out our headland. If not the inventory, then the journey is almost through. And I smile because there can be no greater treasure than another day living and loving with you. Ah, well, I hope you like that one. I know me old woman did. But, moving right along. Um, the next one I'd like to do is a piece I wrote years and years ago about being a pirate and about why I wanted to be a pirate. It's called Raising the Black Flag. And I want you to imagine yourself on a ship ready to leave port. The sun is setting, the sun is rising. Whatever. But you are about to set sail on an adventure. Golden flames, purple and pink, the colors of the sunset blend and flow amongst the clouds as we take in our lives and slip away from the dock. And the crew counts the dolphins as we escape down the channel to the sea. Home falls away behind us as we close with the perils of a life spent in the sweet trade. Bad food, worse water, eels in the rigging, French musket, Spanish cannon, Dutch rope, dying of thirst becalmed in the doldrums, or drowning as the ship comes apart in a gale. We wager these dangers against phantom coins in untaken treasure chests, spent on red wine nights and exotic ports, with companions paid to make us feel like kings. They do their jobs well. And when we sail, we have the wind in our hair and the horizon to scan for prizes. Pirate's life is most likely short. The pirate's death is most likely sharp. But we are not slaves to any wage, and we call no man sire or squire. In the end, it's not the gold that sets our sails, it's freedom and the fair expectation of a better life that raises our black flags. Well, I hope you enjoyed that piece too. And I hope I hope you'll set sail on your own adventure. Um, it's a it's a hard time, but it's always been a hard time, and I know you and we can do it together. So, as I've said before, there's always something going on. Seadog Studios is continuing to post, whoever those people are, is continuing to post illustrated poems every day. Today's was one by a gentleman by the name of Michael Gwynn, entitled Wings. If you like those illustrated poems, I've been asked for you to please consider subscribing to the Adventure Poetry channel. Speaking of Michael Gwynn, I think if you stick around here on the Book of the Face, he's going to be doing something special a little later on. 8 o'clock, I think it is. Navigate on over to his Facebook page, and I believe it's got something to do with Faces of Love. All I know is if it's Michael Gwynn, it'll be something good. Diane Batchelor Miller is still streaming live from her Facebook page every day at 3 o'clock Central Time. She's reciting her own poetry. Let's see here. A lot of people out there doing a lot of things. I do want to say happy anniversary to Philip. So there you are. And Philip, you might want to remember that poem I said earlier, the one about the inventory. You might be able to make some traction with it, make some way. But I see that I've been on for a little over 11 minutes here. I'm going to leave you wanting more tonight. So, as I said, it's a hard time, but let's all make this an adventure. Gear up, get ready, set sail. We can make it through this. I know you can. And you'll all be part of Blackbead's crew. Here's to you. Farewell, stay safe, stay in your ship, and we'll see you tomorrow.